All right, ready?
Gather around,
Here
children.
we go, everybody. Okay, everyone. Hello. It is time for Drew's News Podcast, or the Drew's News Podcast, I guess you should say, where we're serving up all the news you need, a sprinkle of pop culture, a splash of inspiration, and always a side of good feels. Today, we're covering everything from the best cities for a girls' trip to engagement boners. Yes, they are a thing. And do we have the best guest in the world here today? I mean, literally, Aubrey Plaza is here. Apparently, at like all nightclubs right now, there's like major remixes of that song, and that is the thing sweeping the club scene. Is the White Lotus theme song.
It gives me so much anxiety.
It gives me so much anxiety, and like I love it, and yet I have a panic attack every time I hear it.
It's been in my head for weeks. I have nightmares.
I mean,
nightmares.
But it's so good because, not to drop a name, but Quentin Tarantino said you either have opening credits or closing credits.
Really?
And I said, I think I'm a closing credits. And he's like, no, I'm opening credits because it's mood time.
It is mood time. It really does. You settle in. I mean, did you see Tar?
I haven't yet.
Okay, never mind. But it's.
Should I? Is it good?
I mean, Kate Blanchett.
I know, and I could watch her watch Paint Dry. And I love Todd Field.
God, she takes such a big swing. You're just like, God, you're taking a big swing. I love watching her. She's like, it's like watching an animal in the zoo. But anyway.
Watching them in their natural habitat.
Watching them. And there she goes, wearing her suit, conducting the orchestra in Berlin. And then she up. But the opening of that movie is like it actually takes it way too far. The Tarantino thing, it takes way too far. It's actually just like, all right, just get to the movie. But anyway.
Well, speaking of mood, our first story, it's really interesting because a minute ago we were talking about prosthetics and men and,
we were?
penile
penis
sort of situations.
Penis.
So check out this story that was totally news to me, pun intended. Engagement boners. Cosmo magazine reports that men are popping the question as well as popping a boner, and it's going viral. Apparently, men get so turned on at the idea of popping the question and like the whole thing. It's so funny. I would have so assumed it was the opposite. Like it was a shrinkage moment. Like
if they shrink and you
like, it just seems like you're talking about like life and all that you're gonna like tackle together.
This is not real. No one has a boner when they're engaging.
That's what I thought, but apparently this is a thing.
No, it isn't.
Engagement boners.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either. I feel like it's so heady. Do you think your man was excited?
What?
Do you think your man was excited when he asked you to marry him, or was he like, I'm living in this beautiful romantic moment thinking about our future and not like,
I don't remember. I'm not allowed to say.
All right. But, looking at you and being as in love with you as I am, I would do the same. So,
shut up.
Yeah, it's true. All right. Up next, Travel and Leisure just dropped the 10 best cities in the U.S. for a girls' trip. They include New Orleans, Miami, Austin, Charleston, South Carolina.
Boo. No, I'm kidding. I have nothing against that.
Do you have a favorite city for a girls' trip, or do any of these ring a bell?
Okay, I have a new city that I just learned about. It's called Serenbe, and it's in Georgia, and it's a wellness community.
What?
You would love it. I heard that Shirley MacLaine went one time.
Oh my God, I want to go. I love Shirley MacLaine.
Shirley does,
exactly.
I want to do.
Out on a Limb and all her books, and I remember the Shirley MacLaine phenomenon. Past Lives Pavilion. Okay, if you went to the Past Lives Pavilion, who do you think would pop up?
Wait, what is that?
Do you remember the movie Defending Your Life with Albert Brooks?
Yes.
Shirley MacLaine is hosting the Past Lives Pavilion, and of course Meryl Streep is Prince Valiant, and Albert Brooks is, a scared man running.
Like, what does it mean when someone pops up?
Like you were that person once in your life.
Right. I feel like I have some weird connection to Scandinavia. Like maybe I was like some kind of like Scandinavian like sea hag. Or like a...
I'm picturing Marty Feldman, the comedian that has the very large eyes, who is in all the Mel Brooks movies.
Oh, sure, yeah.
and you're thinking Scandinavian Sea Witch. I think this says a lot about us.
Okay, great.
But I still think we make a great team.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll be right back with more, everybody.
Be right back.
Welcome back. Okay, up next, it was a real planes, trains, and automobiles moment for 13 strangers when their flight was canceled. Instead of waiting 2 days for the next flight, of which it was, that was the only flight, they rented a 15-passenger van and hit the road together. Their 10-hour drive from Orlando, Florida to Knoxville, Tennessee made them fast.
No, I have nothing against Knoxville.
Made them fast friends and viral sensations. So would you get in a passenger van full of strangers and drive states
Are
over?
you kidding? I'm so curious about humans.
Me too.
Yeah, I would be into it.
I had a moment, Aubrey, where I think it was last Christmas. I was just, I felt like I had been pushing so hard with the pandemic and the kids and the show and life, and everybody has just had so much tension and anxiety and, abnormal circumstances for the last few years. And I went into an ocean and I cried and I said, God, I'm praying and begging for an answer to how I keep the good fight going.
Yeah.
And my answer was, I love people.
Yes.
That was my truth.
People love you, by the way. But I think that is the truth.
People
I think
love
that is the
you.
truth. We're on this planet. The thing that distinguishes, the human species from other animals is our connection to each other, our socialization, our friendships, our connection to each other. This is why I believe in theatrical releases and communal viewing and and communal anything, because that's what distinguishes us from the rest of the species. It's our connection to each other. We would not exist without curiosity about each other.
I believe that too, and we are looking for a collective experience.
Yeah, and the internet is just taking us down, man. It's isolating us. So,
which is ironic because the joke is we've never been more connected.
But are we?
And yet, we are I'm worried I don't look out the car window at the life passing me by. I use that opportunity to check a few boxes on the phone, which I put down for 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
And if I go on vacation or I take a minute off, I really do shut my phone off.
That's good.
And then I fail and I start texting about work stuff. But
but at least you try. I mean,
do.
It's really hard to shut off. It's really
do.
hard to
Although
shut
I'm that
off.
person who's like, everybody, you will not hear from me. I trust and believe in the process. You guys are so amazing. I can't believe I get to work alongside of everyone, and I love you, and I'm sorry, but I know you get it. I'm just gonna cut out and peace out for a few
going off
days.
the grid.
10 minutes later.
10 minutes later, you're like, wait, what?
No, serious. I make these very large decrees, and what's so embarrassing is I don't last.
And the focus thing is so cool now because you can be like, do not disturb, but you're like, I'm looking at everything, and you know it.
By the way, the last thing I wrote was so bananas. It was listen, everyone, I just have to shut off for a few days because I'm taking a mental
who did you say
wellness
this to?
break.
Like a group text?
No, I was my auto reply because you can auto reply.
On your email?
No, text. I figured out how to auto reply with text. And I was like, I'm taking a mental wellness break and I just really need it. But I will be back, and I'm wishing everyone who texts me the very best. And it just sounded so.
That's my dream.
It sounded like just too much.
It's not.
So I just wrote, I'm off my phone. I'll be back in a few days.
Yeah.
And it was one of the few times I've actually edited myself. What would your auto reply say?
My auto reply would be sorry, not sorry. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to do that. I'm like a boomer with my phone. I'm really.
Dare you. I'll show you how to do it because if I'm not just a boomer, I'm a Luddite. And if I can figure it out, anybody could figure it out.
I hate my phone. I want to, I actually, when I fell the other day, I was telling you I fell on the ground. I fell, my phone also fell in a gutter or something. And I'm waiting for the day where it just explodes. I hate it.
I think I'm hoping that there will be a revolt and we will distance ourselves to a degree.
Don't you feel like so energized when you're not on your phone? You're
yes,
like,
it's very addictive. Last, get ready for cuteness overload. An intrepid young girl in LA named Madeline asked for and was granted a license to own a unicorn.
Puppy. Wait. Nope. This is your thing.
Unicorn. No.
Unicorn.
Yeah, you go. This is our thing. There is no my or I. It's ours and we. That's right. She asked for permission to own a unicorn. And the Los Angeles Animal Control had a few caveats for unicorn ownership. They said the unicorn must get plenty of sunlight, moonbeams, and rainbows. Its horn must be polished once a week.
Wow.
Any glitter given to it must be a non-toxic glitter, and it requires to be fed watermelon. Of course, Madeline needs to find the unicorn first, but I love that the Los Angeles Animal Control actually fed into this and helped this little girl's fantasy be realized.
Me too. Why not?
I mean, what does the
Fantasies
Christmas
are all
Witch
we
have to
have.
say about that?
The Christmas Witch.
The latest installment of The Christmas Witch.
Thank you so much. The Christmas Witch agrees.
Your beautiful children's books that I love so much.
Thank you, Drew.
And I've hung out with the Christmas Witch, so I feel like I know her.
She has been here. No, the Christmas Witch agrees. Reindeers are the same. Reindeers love to eat glitter. So we feed reindeers the same. In fact, when I was a child, I would go sprinkle glitter on the lawn for reindeer food. And I believe in that. And I still believe in it to this day. So unicorns and reindeers are friends.
See, Madeline, if you ever hear this, you have an ally in unicorndom. And I loved this story so much, and I just thought because of you, we have to tell it. It's and we like a range of news.
Yeah, of course.
We covered many different subjects.
Hard-hitting news and glitter news.
Yes, exactly. An all ages newscast, if I may say so myself. Maybe one of the most widespread all ages podcasts we've ever done here in the history.
You're a woman after my own heart. Four quadrants, baby.
Tent poles.
Get them all.
It's literally.
Get them all. Get them all in here.
I want female.
I'm going to direct a movie. Four quadrant movie.
Mm-hmm. I'm so excited about your movie.
For the kids.
You're going to be a female Tim Burton. And if there's anybody that has the imagination, the chutzpah, the moxie, and the wherewithal to carry that torch, it's you.
Shut up. We'll see. I mean, I'm going to do my best. But I love a big movie. I love a big movie, I love a movie that everyone can enjoy.
I agree.
And I know everyone thinks I'm going to make some weird, creepy murder movie where I'm a bitch or whatever, but it's it's not me, I'm for the kids.
You are for everybody. You're an all-ages party and everyone's invited.
Okay, right? I'm G-rated, basically.
I want G to R. I want it all, and I think
the hardest comedy I'm developing actually a cartoon right now for 6-year-olds, and I've been trying to write jokes, for the show, and it's honestly harder to write jokes for 6-year-olds than it is for adults. It's harder. You have to get into their brain. I don't have children, but that's a harder challenge, and I'm up for it.
I've written my postcards to my girls for many, many years. And when they go to camp, I write them each a postcard every day, and each postcard has a joke on it. And I have to make 2 jokes a day so they don't get the same material. So if you ever need
a dream mom, I wish you were my mom. Be my mommy.
I'll say the same thing to you. I say to the girls, get back in my belly.
Feed me. Put me to bed.
I will. I know, by the way, I'm good at it too.
Put me to bed.
I will and I always hold. And they get in the nook of my arm,
Nurture
and I hold them and I pet them.
Nourish me.
Yes. Oh, God. What I wouldn't do to put you to bed.
I'm a hungry baby.
And I have everything you need.
I know you do.
I really do.
I know you do.
I like to end the podcast by suggesting to people how to pass along the fact that the podcast is happening. I've said, if maybe you see a cat, you could tell the cat. Or if you pass by a tree, you could tell the tree. But who would you tell, how to pass the word along for the podcast? Or what?
The Mr. Conductor. The man on the train.
Is that God?
Sure.
Okay.
I would tell everybody in my dreams, fantasies, and delusions.
If you're having a dream, tell that person in your dream.
You can communicate with people telepathically in your dreams.
Information. Yes,
the unconscious
exactly.
world is another dimension that we've just yet to tap into.
See, I knew you would bring it to a whole new realm, and you did. If you're dreaming, pass it by, someone in your dreams and spread the word. And speaking of dreams, mine is coming true right now by being with you.
Mine too, Mommy.
Yow. Get into the nook. Get back in my belly.
Oh, it feels good. Oh, God, it's so warm.
So warm. The perfect temperature, not too hot.
Not too hot, not too cold for my mommy.
And food on tap 24/7. All prepped to put you out in that big, big, big world. Well, for everybody listening out there, please be safe. Pass the word along and make the dreams that you have a reality by being next to someone that you think is just the greatest on the planet.